Good afternoon, curling fans. Welcome to the Calgary Curling Club. We are here for the Curler's Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. My name is James Runge, and I am here in the booth with Mr. Tyler Powell. Tyler, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here in the booth with you, James.
It's been 1 year since we've sat in this booth together. We did Autumn Gold last year. We must have done something right because they invited us back. So that's good news, right?
Well, it also helps when you're the one who's organizing all the commentators and volunteers to be invited on to be a commentator. So
calm down with your soft press on yourself there, Tyler. So that's a good little pump for yourself. So yeah, Tyler does a lot of extra work here behind the scenes, folks. He is not only commentating today with me, we will also be doing the next draw, but he is also the man behind the volunteer mask, helping getting everything up and operated here. So Tyler, great work today, and of course, great work in leading up to this event and helping getting all of our volunteers ready.
yeah, thank you. It's takes a lot of people to make an event like this run. We have 40 plus volunteers this year, so lots of manpower needed, and definitely grateful for the volunteers. Absolutely.
Definitely. As we know, especially in the sport of curling, without volunteers, we have no sport and no events like this to put on for all of our curling fans. So
Absolutely.
exciting stuff. Awesome. Well, we are in for a treat today, folks. If you're joining us now, this is the A qualifier game between. Uh-oh, we got a mic issue. We're coming back. There we go. Our mic's back and working. Sorry about that, folks. We're going to have, that may happen a little bit. Anyway, back to our A qualifier game on the ice right now. We have out of Alberta, out of the Calgary Curling Club, Team Skrlik, and they are going up against the Japanese champions right now, Team Ueno. This is going to be quite an A qualifier. It's going to be a fun game, Tyler.
Yeah, really excited for this game. So Team Ueno, to get to this point, they beat Team Brown in the A semifinal. And Team Skrlik, to get to this point, beat Team Fujisawa. And Team Skrlik had a lot of Japanese teams on the way that they beat out to get to this position. So very good run for them so far. They've had a great start to their season. In particular, doing very well at the PointsBet Invitational, getting second place. That was a very, very good tournament for them. So they've had a great season.
Most definitely, yeah. They obviously Calgary being their home seems to be a little bit of good luck for them as well. Kayla has done quite well at the Autumn Gold in the past too, so this is one of her favorite events on tour, as with the whole team. So we're going to see what they're going to do. But as you see with the right now, looking at the hack, they do not have hammer to open the game here. Ueno outdrew them, so Ueno will have hammer, and we are underway in our A qualifier. Expecting probably a wide open first end there, Tyler, or what are you thinking? Or do you think Kayla not having hammer is going to go hard right at the beginning here?
Well, looks like the call with the center guard here, looks like she's wanting to go fairly aggressive right off the hop, which is exciting. We'll see what Team Ueno does here. We're really hoping for some rocks in play that make it very, very exciting for the viewers here.
Most definitely. Well, anyone that's been following Japanese curling over the years, but especially this year with the amount of Japanese teams that are doing quite well, have probably learned that Japanese teams usually put a lot of rocks in play, which is great when you're a curling fan and you're watching, because you kind of get to see some more excitement every end.
Absolutely.
It's definitely not the call there, hey? A little over-curled a bit on him.
Yeah, a little bit light as well.
Yeah. A little bit of feeling out, I think, like we said. Feeling out on sheet 5 here, getting back on the ice, and just feeling out what the ice is going to do for the rocks right now. So I'm sure Kayla's not too disappointed with that result, though.
No, I don't think so. I think she'd be pretty happy with that. So we have lead Jerry Lynn Ramsey here, throwing lead rocks for Team Skrlik.
The new addition to the team right there. You see getting ready, Margot Fleming coming down from the Polar Power of Team Galusha, joining the team this year. And obviously that addition has gone very well for them, as Tyler was saying earlier, with their strong results already this season.
Yeah, Margot last year playing with Team Galusha out of the Northwest Territories. That rock sliding a little bit further than they would have liked. They would have liked that a little bit higher, so it does leave an opportunity here for Team Ueno to control that scoring area and shrink that, get a good rock in a good spot here.
Yeah, good opportunity for them to kind of take a little bit of control here early. Still lead Stones, of course. Brooms are down hard on this one, sweeping the whole way.
Yeah, they would have liked that one deeper for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Team Skrlik not having Hammer. That almost acts as a guard for Team Skrlik, so they would have definitely liked that to be closer to Frozen.
Yeah, that counting Red Rock right now almost has a triple guard situation here. Welcome to the chat, everyone, as well. Thanks for the comment there, Gary and Mary Beth, letting us know audio is not loud enough. So keep telling us. If it is not loud enough, let us know. Two things can happen. One, we could just, talk louder and actually be adult and talk a bit better. But we can also turn up our mics, too. So let us know if you're not hearing something or either one of us sounds a little too quiet. We can definitely play around with that. So thanks for that feedback. We appreciate it. So Ashton Skrlik here trying to draw around everything and get in there.
And that's a little bit of a tough miss there for Ashton. I think, it's in an okay spot, but she definitely would have liked that to have been Frozen or a little bit higher even to act as a guard.
Mm-hmm.
But still forcing Team Ueno to peel here.
Yeah, Ueno definitely is wanting to clean up the front of the house now and help themselves out here. Seeing a little bit of trouble early. Here comes the speed and power right now. Bam.
Very nice shot.
Yeah, very nice. Great weight choice there on that throw too, right? You could have easily overthrown that, turned up the weight a little bit. It was the perfect choice to get both rocks out of play and the shooter. So we're going to be seeing an exchange of guards and peels now there, Tyler? Or what's your call on this one?
Well, you might see Team Ueno make a play on that yellow rock that they have in the top 8 foot.
Mm-hmm.
On this next shot. We'll see. They'll either be playing the promotion, trying to tap that yellow on that red and get the red rock out of play, or they'll be playing a peel. The yellow rock will likely be wide open if it ends up where they wanted it to be. So
High guard right there, hey?
yeah.
And now that we know that we can turn up the mics on our players, we'll get that up too, so you can kind of hear some of the chatter going on the ice from our teams too.
Yeah. Yeah, so this season too, you see Team Skrlik in particular, they're playing a lot this year. They're kind of on the brink of getting into some of the slams. I believe that they've gotten into the slam in Nisku, I believe. And they have had a great start to the year, playing a lot of events, really trying to chase those points to get into the slams, and yeah, right on the bubble of being a full-time slam team almost. So
yeah, heading into this event, we can say Team Skrlik was seated at number 17th in the world rankings, and Ueno was at number 25. So evenly matched team here. Just rubs that top guard.
yeah, and that ends up okay. Gets the center line guard out of the way and acts as a peel. So not a horrible miss there. Definitely the pro side miss.
Yeah, for sure. And talking about the slams, both these teams are just coming off of being in PEI. They're both at the Tour Challenge Tier 2. Skrlik had the unfortunate part of losing the A, B, and C qualifier games, which is the worst case of a triple knockout, what you never want to go through, so they had a rough outing there, going deep, all 3 draws, and just coming up short of making that playoff ticket. And on the flip side, Ueno, they went 0-3. So both teams will be coming into this event now being in the A qualifier with a little bit of hoping to have the triple knockout gods on their favor, as they were not in PEI.
Yeah. Super busy schedules for these teams, right? You know, in Prince Edward Island on the complete opposite side of Canada last weekend, and now they're in Calgary, Alberta the weekend after. So these teams have been incredibly busy.
What do you like as a call here, Tyler?
Yeah, I like this call a lot. Tapping, trying to raise the yellow rock onto the red rock and planting it right there. Really like this call.
Let's see if you're right, Tyler.
Yep. Yep. Green. Yep. 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 Isa. Oh, 赤当たる。
And I think on that one, just way light of the weight that they wanted to throw. That rock looked like it had about hack weight when it came down to the other end of the ice, and it looked like they wanted to throw more weight on that. I would attribute that to the reason that it overcurled. So we see Margot Fleming here being asked to throw a draw on top of that red rock in the 4-foot. And yeah, Margot Fleming definitely seemed to be the special sauce on this team Skrlik this year. They've had a really great start to the year, and Margot Fleming coming into the lineup has definitely really helped them for sure.
Well, and she adds that experience, too, of having been to a bunch of Scotties with Carrie Galusha. And that kind of experience is always going to help you out as a team grows and gets better. And obviously that's the goal for Team Skrlik this year, is to, of course, be at the Scotties in Thunder Bay.
Absolutely. And Alberta has some strong teams for sure. Team Sturmey being their #1 contender, absolutely. And Team Skrlik and Team Sturmey are very neck and neck. It could go either way in terms of which team wins the Alberta Provincials there, but they are definitely the 2 favorites out of all the teams there. So.
Yeah, Sturmey, the defending champions, and we saw what they did at the Scotties last year on home ice here in Calgary with a really deep run to the playoffs. So.
Absolutely.
At least I can tap it.
We're saying don't underestimate Alberta teams. That's what you're going with there, Tyler?
Yes.
Excellent. We got some heat coming again here. Oh, look at that.
What an incredible shot. Great double there, and you see the enthusiasm from the team. She's hopping in, coming into the house there. She's pumped up. She loves it. And rightfully so. That was an incredible shot.
Definitely gives a quick momentum change, hey, as Skrlik was kind of dominating the first half of this end, and I know we're only in the first end here, but without having hammers, Skrlik had to be feeling pretty confident in that one shot. Could be just a little momentum shift.
Absolutely.
It seemed to pump them up, as you said. The Korean team, or the Japanese team, excuse me, feeling very happy with that one, as they should.
Yeah, always love to see the energy out of the Japanese teams. Team Fujisawa, very energetic and adds a great element into the game. They're very excitable and fun to watch.
Definitely. And we're going to be talking about it a little bit later here, but there are a few other Japanese teams on the ice right now. Team Yoshimura is playing, Team Tabata is playing, so we're going to give you some scoreline updates at the end of the second end. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Kayla there, especially in the first end, coming up light.
You kind of heard the reaction a little bit on her mic there.
Yeah.
We appreciate our skips allowing us to mic them up for all these games. It's always nice to get the insider, but on the flip side, it also means sometimes you hear those deep sighs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that shot really leaves the door open here for the possibility of 3 for Team Ueno in the first set. And that would be a huge start off to the game.
Yeah. Yeah, the pressure's really shifting now to Kayla's last. She's going to be facing, like you said, potentially 3 and the risk of giving up even more. So if Ueno can put this in the right spot, Kayla's going to feel some pressure here in this first stand on her last rock. For our Japanese fans watching, or anyone that speaks Japanese, hopefully having Ueno mic'd up, you can kind of hear what her strategy is and what they're talking about. Feel free to share with us. I don't think Tyler or I speak very good Japanese. Me on the front red.
And it does kind of block off that out-turn draw path. It does do a little bit of the job there. Makes it tough on Kayla. Yeah, that's definitely a plan B spot there. That's still pretty good for sure.
Yeah, you kind of heard that with Ueno after where the rock ended up, right? Saying that quick little nice. She's still happy with plan B, and it still puts a lot of pressure on Kayla with her last.
And for the fans in Japan as well, we really appreciate you. I know it's 7:50 a.m. in the morning in Japan, so thank you for waking up early on your Sunday morning to watch some curling. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Japan. And I'm sure the Japanese teams on the ice, Ueno, Yoshimura, and Tabata, also appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah. Arigato gozaimasu.
Oh, okay. Tyler showing off a little bit here, folks. He's trying to impress you all. Now, Kaylin said she was going to come with some big heat here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that worked out really nice.
Oh, what an incredible shot.
Yeah.
That was a great shot. And rolls frozen, corner frozen. That's incredible. That was yeah, that was an incredible shot. This has been an exciting end of curling, folks.
Just a beautiful shot. Pressure, what pressure, Kayla? She don't know pressure. Look at that. Ice in the veins right there in opening end. Nicely done, Kayla.
Just have to be a little bit closer on the freeze, like not a guard.
So Ueno, only option here is really just to draw in there. She's got to basically come down to her own shot rock. Still a good shot opportunity for 2 here, though. Last rock, opening end. Japan's Team Ueno is currently sitting 1, looking to score a second here.
Just got to get by the guard.
Yeah, looks like it's on the front
Oh,
red.
wow.
Oh, things turn quick again in this end. Back and forth we went this whole end.
Yeah, Team Skrlik's going to be very happy with that outcome, absolutely. After how it was looking on Kayla's second shot, they'd be very happy.
Yeah, first end, Team Ueno ends up just scoring 1, take the 1-0 lead. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for end number 2 action, A qualifier. All right, folks, we're back. Here we go. Sheet number 5 here at the Calgary Curling Club. As we said, Team Ueno scoring 1 in the opening end. Team Skrlik now, based out of here, Calgary. They will have hammer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're in for another end with lots of rocks in play based on where that first rock went up. So I think both these teams, I think we can, we'll expect lots of rocks in play this game based on how the first end was.
Yeah, it says a lot to the strategy too, right? That both teams are very comfortable with a lot of rocks in play, even early on in a game. It's sometimes we don't see that. Some teams like to wait it out and do a little bit of feel and cat and mouse game. Both these teams, cat and cat, apparently. They're going full on.
We have Jerry Lynn Ramsey delivering the first rock for Team Skrlik. Jerry Lynn, actually a Scotty's silver medalist at the national level.
Speaking of PEI.
Yeah. And they would have liked that rock to have been more buried. It's completely open, so it does leave an opportunity for Team Ueno to hit and roll here.
Tricky little roll, though, right? There's not a lot of room for error here. Sweeping it all the way down.
And a little bit of an overcurl there.
Yeah.
Hit and rolling out on the tight side.
Oh, it just stays in play, though. Those are always those little dangerous ones. Never know if that's going to come back and bite you, literally.
And Jerry Lynn, I think she's going to be really close on this one, already having a practice rep on her first one.
And again, in the second end, you're going to see a little bit of feeling out the ice here. They went the other way, obviously, going the first. This is the first time going back to this end, so sometimes that happens. But look at this beautiful draw here. I'm going to tuck it under that yellow rock. There's a perfect shot there by the camera. It's about quarter buried there, you say, Tyler?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Ueno's going to be very happy to hit and roll away and try to stay away from that if she needs to. Definitely want to stay in play, though. Just rubs the top one.
Yeah, sweeper's not quite able to get that one by.
There you go. Kayla can just call it out for us. That's perfect. Thanks, Kayla. Doing her own little commentary for us makes our job even that much simpler. Much appreciated. Good opportunity, though, here for Skrlik to kind of put some pressure on early in the end. Like they were last end, same thing.
And Team Skrlik had a really great run in this event last year. So they're definitely hoping to do the exact same again.
Yeah, they're definitely no strangers to being A qualifiers.
Yeah.
But full credit to a very tough field once again this year. Lots of really good international teams here, some strong Canadian teams like we've talked about. Always a good field, and it's a classic annual Thanksgiving tradition. So it's always brings a good field here.
Absolutely. And yeah, I think Ashton's going to be disappointed with that last shot. You know, leaves a double opportunity for Team Ueno here. So I bet she wishes that she could have that one back. Team Ueno coming in with the heat here.
Yeah, Nishimuro coming in with the hot hand here. Look
Oh,
at that.
wow.
Beauty double. Nice shot.
That's the second double of the game for Team Ueno. They're making them all over the place here. They're making them look really, really easy.
No kidding. And again, really smart weight control on making those doubles and just throwing the right way, keeping the shooter there. Well played. Good call, well played. Kayla can still try to use that guard, though, to her advantage here.
Yeah, Ashton looking for some redemption here.
The chat saying that we're getting better on our pronunciation, so this is good news. We're doing our best.
Yeah.
There you go.
11-1.
Bit farther of a roll than they were hoping for, but the important thing is it stays in play. While we wait for this hit, if you are joining us in the chat right now, drop us a line. Let us know where you're watching from. Always love to hear where people are joining us from, especially around the world, but anywhere else, Canada. And here in Canada, of course, like we said, happy Thanksgiving. Nice.
Pretty good shot there.
Yep.
And we're very excited as well for the future of Japanese curling, in particular with the curling group coming on board with the Grand Slams. I know that they've partnered with some Japanese organizations and all that to begin to get coverage, more and more curling coverage in Japan, because we know how popular curling is in Japan and how much Japanese people love to watch curling. So excited for the future there.
Definitely. And we're really seeing it this year with the results like we've talked about. There are 5 or 6 really strong Japanese women's teams right now that are easily on the cusp of qualifying for a Grand Slam of curling event in the very near future. So Japanese women, if you haven't been paying attention to all of the Japanese women's teams yet, start keeping your eye on them. They are very, very strong. Just a reminder, we will do score-by-score updates of the other games on the ice at the end of this end. So we'll do it at the end of the second. Gonna swap some hits here, Tyler.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
I thought it would be an end with lots of rocks in play, but that is not looking like it is going to be the case.
Nishimura was not having that for you. She made that double, and then I was like, nah, you guys called it too quick. She proved us wrong.
Yeah.
Silenced us quick. There's a nice nose hit right there. Nicely done. Say welcome, Teresa, visiting us from Montana in the chats. That's awesome. Marianne from Belleville, Ontario. This is great. Thanks for joining us on your Saturday afternoon/evening or Sunday morning. Depends where you are in the world right now. Oh, D, my friend, Scotty's Chicken at her finest, the best curling volunteer in the history of the world, joining us from Leduc. I'm glad you're relaxing, D, cheering on Team Skrlik. D, we look forward to seeing you in Leduc at the upcoming Pan Continentals, where Team Ueno will be there representing Japan as the current Japanese champions. Swapping some hits and small little rolls back and forth at the back of the house here. Pan Continental is a pretty important event, new. This is going into year number 3 for those that may not be as followed with the Pan Cons. It is bringing together the nations from the Americas and Asia Pacific region into one. It serves as a qualifier for the World Championships, but also a little bit more important is it serves as a qualifier for points towards the Olympic qualification system. So teams want to get to the Olympics. Obviously, the easiest way is to make Worlds, do a top 6 or 7 finish there, and then you get direct entry. Other than that, if you want to make it to the Olympic qualification events that we'll see later in 2025, you need to be at these Pan-Continentals or the Euros A divisions. That really sets you up to at least make the qualification event.
Yeah, absolutely. Super important. And I think the B event as well is becoming very, very critical for a lot of countries. In particular, Team India, the men's team, right? You see what that B event has done for them, and really help grow their team and their association. And you see lots of other countries that you wouldn't traditionally think are curling nations, such as Jamaica, Saudi Arabia. Nigeria, a bunch of these countries participating in the Pan-Continental B Championships. So you see it giving those countries a chance as well to compete on the world stage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at last year alone. We saw the Philippines make their debut, and they reached the B final with the Pfister brothers, who reside in Switzerland right now but have Filipino heritage. They'll be back in the B division this year, and probably one of the favorites to potentially earn promotion to the A division. So we're seeing a lot of grow the sport movement from a lot of these great nations, and Puerto Rico making their debut. Puerto Rico is actually in Aberdeen right now, competing for the first time at an international world championship for the world mixed. So we're seeing some great growth around the Americas and the Pacific Asia region right now, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, and a great role there by Team Ueno, and doesn't look like Kayla and team are taking any chances. They could get that yellow rock out, but it looks like it is a little bit dangerous, because if you are tight, you could bump that yellow rock into the rings. So it looks like Kayla's taking the safer play here and going for the draw for 1. I think if that yellow rock in front of the house was about 6 feet higher than it is right now, you'd see her go after that yellow rock, but it's just too dangerous. If you're ever inside, then you're likely giving up a steal at 2. So.
And a little scoreboard watching, right? You're only in the second end, you're down by 1, and conventional wisdom would say score in the even ends, you're going to win the game, hopefully. So taking 1, tying it up here, hopefully. Maybe did we just jinx her, which we did, Tyler. Fortunately, she comes up light on the final draw. It will be a steal for Ueno.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Still lots of game left, though.
Ueno will take the 2-0 lead, though, after 2. Let's go and do some scoreboard watching to our helpful friends up in the booth with us. Let's shift the camera over as far as we can go to sheet number 1. There we go. Minus those little lights that are in our way, folks. Just ignore those. Pretend they're not even there. Like we are. There you see Team Laws leading Team Tabata 1-0 right now. That is a B-side game. Shift over to sheet number 3. There we go. Another Japanese team, Team Yoshimura. They are playing Team Park out of Korea. Tied up at 1 going into the third end there. And we keep shifting. There's our game. Let's go over to sheet number 7. Team Gim and Team Wang, a classic Korea versus China matchup. They are just blanking along the way. They are in end number 3, but as we can see, there's some rocks in play there, so we're probably going to be putting some points on the board. When they do, we will let you know and give you an update. And that's where we stand. So we have 3 B games on this sheet right now on our ice, and then we have, of course, there it is, our A qualifier on sheet number 5.
And we have lead stones from Kanai here, being asked to put the rock on the top 4 foot. And that's a pretty good spot. They would have liked it to be a few feet deeper, but honestly, that controls the top of the house and very good position for Team Ueno.
Skipper was pretty happy with that. She said nice.
Absolutely.
So she's not complaining about that shot at all.
You're going to see Team Skrlik here trying to generate a deuce or more on this end.
Going for the corner guard here.
As far as you can take it. Hard. Whoa. You lost line. Good. 7. That's okay.
As you heard Kayla say, they lost a little bit of line there. It's a little bit higher than they would have liked, but still usable. Potentially later in this end as we progress through here. And end number 3.
Trying to get this to curl here. They want to get really good coverage on this.
You got to get it over. Just comes up short of not making that even that center line there. Good opportunity for Kayla, though, to do, as you just saw her with her broom, the little hit and roll behind.
Absolutely.
Guards are her friend right now.
They're cleaning this. It looks close.
Yeah. There it is. Nice little roll right behind.
What a great shot.
Yeah, beauty. Oh, we're even hearing some claps up here in the upstairs here at the Calgary Curling Club to the nice shot, as it deserves. Beautiful shot there. Deserves some claps from the crowd. If you happen to be in the Calgary area, feel free to stop on down at the Calgary Curling Club. Check out the action in person. Cheer on all the teams. Cheer on your favorites. Stop by and say hello to them. Maybe give them a little high five every once in a while after a win.
Great shot there.
Nishimura, again, she is just on fire in this game so far, not missing anything, making doubles, making runbacks, making hits everywhere.
Does actually leave a decent opportunity here for Team Skrlik, though, with those double corner guards with where that shooter rolled to. So does leave a good chance here if they're able to loop one in behind and get one buried.
Yeah, that little corner guard overlap now, hey? Tuck this behind, you thinking just above T there, Tyler?
Yeah, I would say top 8 foot, top 4 foot in terms of depth would be the ideal spot for this one. Don't want it too deep. Want it in a nice spot where you're able to control the front of the house.
Again, brooms down the whole way. There they go, just going to drag it right in there nicely.
And they would have liked that a few feet deeper. Still behind cover, though. Still some utility, absolutely.
What do you like here, Tyler? Ueno to get rid of those guards in the front, or
absolutely?
You're up 2-0.
Yeah, I think with
Smart move.
Absolutely, with the 2-point lead, try to double peel those off.
Would you ever just want to get super aggressive and go around everything? Just go T-line, side 4 foot, just really make it interesting?
Yeah, I don't know if the scoreboard permits that, but that was an unfortunate one there. That definitely leaves the door open for Team Skrlik to get a deuce or even a possible 3 with that situation right now, with having that guard where it is and having that rock almost dead buried behind there, could generate a 3 here.
Yep. Kayla thought about it for a second of going around both of them. The shot I just said would be fun to see. But I think they're going the other side of the house, hey, Tyler?
They are. Splitting the rings.
Splitting the rings. Smart move to generate your 2, of course. But weren't some of you in the chat kind of hoping they went around both and sat 2 on that one side? I know there has to be some of you in that chat that were thinking that. I can't be the only one. So what do you do if you're Ueno here, Tyler? Which one? What are you going after?
Yeah, I think that this play, so she's trying to hit and roll behind the far corner guard. Like, this is a very difficult shot. And even if she rolls behind, I think it actually makes it easier for Skrlik to possibly get a 3.
Yeah.
So I really like chasing that one behind the guard, trying to get that one. And if you're a little bit tight, peeling the guard. I think that this call could put them in some trouble.
Made the right way call, it looks like, though. But there is the risk of rolling too far and not even and being second shot. You definitely want to be at least shot here. Just a little rollover. There you see Kayla called basically the nose. But she makes this, sits on the beak. Ueno has an opportunity to do very similar to what they just called.
Absolutely, yeah.
Kind of just swapping rock positions and going further up the house right now.
Yep. And good hit and stay there from Team Skrlik.
Chatters, are you hearing music in the background like we are? There's some music being played, not live music, but music being played upstairs where we're sitting in the bar area. So if you are hearing some music in the background, that's why.
Just want to make it more entertaining for everyone.
Just a fun atmosphere here. See, this is what happens when you come to watch curling live, folks. You get to just relax.
Trying to get it to curl here. See the knifing technique?
Yep, full brush down the whole way there. Again, just a nose hit, though.
Yeah, Team Skrlik would really like to get some roll away here.
Yeah. How far would you want to roll on this one there, Tyler? Where's the perfect end game for this rock?
Yeah, I'd say about 2 rocks over to the left would be pretty good. Sweeping hard here. Looks like it's right on the nose.
Good. 10-5.
As Kayla said, good. She happy with it, so that's all that matters. Just swapping rock position and rock color right now. You definitely feel whichever team gets the roll first is going to have the advantage now this late in the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, pretty incredible, hey? 6 Asian teams on the ice this afternoon. You know, you've seen Asian teams have a lot of really good success at this event over the last few years, so.
Yeah, Gim on the ice right now, 2-time defending champion, looking for the three-peat.
Yep.
For fans watching, they are still in the third end. There are rocks in play. Lots of chat going on in that game right now. So we'll update you once there's some scores. There's the roll we were talking about. Heard the call there. Just went a little bit further than they got it, but still very happy with the end result. And she's still smiling back there. So she's always very happy with the end result, actually. Let's not underestimate how good of a shot that was. Nicely done. But piece of the rock that's still showing for Kayla to hit and get the roll away.
Just roll away.
Oh, thanks, Kayla. We agree.
We could put back line if we want and give us a shot at 3.
So I think Kayla's thought there to play backline is she wants to keep the yellow rock in play to leave a potential jam for Team Ueno on their next shot to bring 3 into play.
Now, really smart call there with Kayla being her first skip rock. She's got the 2-to-1 rock advantage here in the third end at the end, so good opportunity. No brooms down, no chat yet, though. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they lost it there and just
Yeah,
couldn't
wow.
hold the line.
Yeah, just that was incredible. They must have not anticipated it to jump like that because they were signaling the whole way down that it was wide, and that was kind of what they were gesturing with their body language. But very, very unexpected to see that crash.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, Cam Crew. There you go, Gim picking up 1 there in the third end. 1-0 lead over Wang from China.
So yeah, you're probably going to see Kayla here be, if Team Ueno makes a really good one here, be forced to 1 and have to draw the forefoot there.
What's your call here if you're Team Ueno? What would you do with this, with your last skip rock?
Yeah, I think a draw's or a guard's actually a pretty good call on this one.
Yeah.
You know, throw it at about the same depth as that guard that's already there, corner guard, and then make Kayla draw the forefoot for 1.
Yeah, I think so too. It seems to make the most sense, and it just forces Kayla's hand into no other option.
Yeah. Yeah, I think bringing this into the house still potentially leaves the opportunity for a double and for Kayla to get 2. Whereas if you put a guard up, it's very, very challenging for Kayla to get 2. That run back, double run back is there, but that's a very difficult shot. And I don't think you would see Kayla take that on.
Yeah, even if your guard was just in front on top of that red one, just chipping it on top, almost a corner freeze to it, or right around it, one of the two. She's going all in, though. Look at this. Oh.
And yeah, a mistake there. Absolutely. There's a double opportunity for Kayla to get 2. And that was definitely a strategy error there. They should have played a guard, and opportunity for Skrlik to get a deuce.
Yeah, opened up the path for the double even more by pushing the red over. So the same as we saw in the first 2 ends, where the points that went on the board, the single and the stolen, kind of came out of nowhere that we didn't really expect to be happening. This is another opportunity here in the third end where Kayla has a shot at 2 that we kind of didn't think was going to happen about 4 rocks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Unforced error by the Japanese team.
Yep. But pressure's still on Kayla. He's still going to make it. It's not like this is a gimme double. Here we go. Last rock and number 3, Kayla Skrlik. Opportunity to maybe get a double and score 2.
And no problem.
There
What
it
a
is.
shot.
That's why she's the skipper, folks. Beautiful shot from Kayla. She scores her 2, and Team Skrlik ties up this A qualifier against Team Ueno. We're sitting 2-2 after 3. We'll be back shortly with the 4th end. All right, folks, welcome back. We are here, end number 4 about to kick off. Tie game, 2-2. Beautiful shot by Kayla Skrlik at the end of that 3rd end to get those 2 on the board and tie this game up. And remember, as we keep saying, this is an important game. This is our A qualifier. You win this game, you get tomorrow off, minus a little skins game, I believe they do between the 2 A qualifiers. I'm not doing that this year? Oh, Tyler. Tyler shuts me down quick. Not happening. Thanks, Tyler. Should have told me that before I mentioned it. Would have been helpful. He just sits here and laughs at me right now, guys. That's what's really happening in the booth. And then says nothing. Right, Tyler? Thanks. Just leaving me, hanging me out to dry, folks. Yeah. Person who's on the coordination of this event doesn't help bail out his partner up here one bit and just leaves him out to dry. That's what we're doing today, folks. That's what we're doing today. Tyler's having a rough day. He was at the Stamps game before being here, folks, and, well, we all know what happened there. He's a little sad.
Just a little bit.
Especially when he has to sit next to a Riders fan. Even tougher for him.
Yeah. Interesting strategy here. Team Ueno playing more defensive in the 4th end. I think with a lot of teams, James, you would see them try to get a deuce and try to score, try to get a multi-score in the 4th end and the even end to retain that hammer. So interesting strategy here. Interesting to see how this pans out for them long term in the game.
Yeah, complete abandonment of strategy of what we've seen for the last 3 ends too, right? They've been, like we said earlier, was cat versus cat almost in the attack mode, and now taking a step back with hammer here in 4th, and looks like right now we are going to have a wide open exchange end heading for a blank. But as we said with the last 3 ends, where we thought the end was going after the first 4 rocks ended up being completely different by those skip stones.
Absolutely.
So don't think that this is just an opportunity, folks, to step away for a second. Something could still happen here. You never know. It's a good opportunity to talk about these 2 teams, though. Team Ueno, where we've seen them this season, they have won a tour event. They won the Mother Club Curling Classic in Winnipeg, I believe at the end of August, early September, sometime in that range. And they did qualify at the Advix Cup over in Japan near the start of their season. So we have seen some really strong tour success results out of them. And like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, they are up to number 25 in the world right now and continue to climb.
Yeah, expect more and more from Japanese curling over the next years here. It's going to be really exciting to see what happens.
Can't wait for the Japanese championships in February. That is going to be, wow, you're talking about some really tough competition to get through. It's going to be a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, right? The program many years ago, JD Lind and Team Fujisawa were kind of the only team that was really recognizable in the program. And, you know, you see way more teams that are recognizable now and playing very well, and it's super exciting to see.
Yeah, definitely. Let's, you know, in mentioning that, let's give the shout out to Team Yoshimura. They're on the ice right now, as we said earlier. They have a 2-1 lead after 3 over Park from Korea. Yoshimura is coming off the final of the Tier 2. She's reached that final twice. She's been to a quarterfinal at a Tier 1 slam event. This is a really strong, another strong Japanese team, and we just continue to see more and more Japanese teams stepping up. And I think we appreciate also the little shout out to JD Lin there, originally from Calgary. So we always love JD, Coach Lin, and his amazing hair that everyone always comments on social media when they see him at events.
Yeah, I think there's an incredible synergy between the two cities. You know, Calgary and Tokyo in particular this year, with there being you know, direct flight from Calgary to Tokyo and all that now, and you see a lot of tourists from Japan coming over to Canada and vice versa. You see a lot of tourists from Calgary and elsewhere in Canada going over to Japan. So, you know, a lot of synergy between the two cities, absolutely.
Weren't you one of those tourists there, Tyler?
1 point.
Yeah. You were in Japan not that long ago?
Yeah, June.
Yeah.
Beautiful country.
Tyler not only does curling, folks, he also is a travel agent and will help promote other countries that he's been to. If you ever have a chance, ask him about Trinidad. Look at that. Oh. It was looking so pretty there. Almost got that.
And a little. See what Team Ueno decides here. Looks like she's opting to play the draw round.
See, you started open at the end at the beginning, and now we're getting some rocks in play again. Both teams shifting from the defense at the beginning of the set to now going offensive.
Very interesting. This is a little bit of a tough port to get through. It's pretty small.
Tricky with the stagger of the two guards,
Yeah.
hey? It's going to be on the front red. Just gets, papers it by. Oof. Look at that, and look at where it ends up, too.
Wow.
Wow.
Great shot.
Beauty.
Okay. Do you like if we kiss? Like that.
So Kayla, what she means by even if they kiss is she means by even if they touch the corner guard, then they can roll towards the center for another guard. So the plan B is to definitely be tight as opposed to wide on this shot.
Good communication there from the hack to the skipper. Everyone's on the same page.
And Ashton trying to carve this rock over.
Full scrub on. Oh.
And that's a really tough miss there.
I should have just chipped it.
And there you go, Kayla just saying, calling it a little bit there on what she could have done is gone for the chip on that red.
That's okay.
Yeah, you see the really, really unique sweeping technique by Ashton Skrlik on that shot. Team Skrlik is kind of they're the first ones to kind of, I guess, pioneer that technique, or first ones to really do that. And you kind of see them, the stroke is a lot different, the brushing stroke, and they're trying to carve it over.
Yeah, really good example of teams with different brushing techniques here. There you go, nice nose hit there. So halfway through this end, Ueno sitting pretty good right now, sitting the 2 with hammer.
And you see the brushing technique again here.
Man, it's straight there. Ash! Keep going! Okay,
And you hear the comment there from Skip Kayla Skrlik, man, it's straight
just really
there.
straight there.
So
Really straight.
she would have liked to have had a hit and roll there behind the guard, but just a lot straighter than they would have liked there for sure. Very straight spot in the ice.
The good thing is, at least in the fourth end here of a tie game, they recognize that spot, and now they can kind of play with it the right way going forward. Another nose hit there a little. Yeah. Small little roll to the side.
And Kayla's going to try to hit and roll this over towards the other rock.
Yeah, good opportunity to make the big roll here, hey?
Yeah. And with that ice, it looks like she's going to throw a fair bit of weight at this. Try to get it to roll over there. Because it is a pretty flat roll to try to get it even close to into the side of that one on the corner. So I think you're going to see her throw probably like a firm weight here, even close to peel.
Yeah, there you see Ramsey just lining up the angle of what they're looking at and to make contact to make that big roll, and taking a little quick look at it while Kayla settles in the hack.
And you got to be careful here. This is a bit of a finicky shot because you don't want to roll, like if you roll into the side of that yellow rock, you roll into the open, and they are able to take it out. So want to be careful as to where this rolls.
Yeah, very finesse shot here. Let's see where we go.
Oh, what an incredible
Beauty.
shot.
Margot sweeps it over just a bit more there. Nice shot. Nice shot from the skipper. So there you see Ueno's call. Make the hit, roll to the other side again, and split the rings.
Yeah, Team Ueno, good opportunity here. They do need to be careful about that guard that Team Skrlik has that's protecting this rock that they're trying to hit. You never want to come tight and bump that in at all to potentially leave a chance for 3. So they do need to be cognizant of that as they are throwing it. You did just see them move the broom, take a little bit more ice.
Yep. The skipper was in the hack, and as soon as she settled in there, made the call to just move the broom a little bit more. Really smart call from the hack.
On and off, looks close.
Oh, really close, really close.
Oh.
It's going to go by.
Oh, wow. Whew. Wow.
Big miss there, unfortunately, for Ueno on that one.
What an incredible, you know, the way the momentum has been in this game. I think that's the key word thus far. The momentum has been incredibly back and forth. One team has been let the door open for the other team, and then the other team has let the door open for the other team. So very, very back and forth so far. Very entertaining.
Yeah, very entertaining game. And you're right. It's really a question of which team can seize the momentum. Because like you said, no one's really taken it yet. And there's been opportunity for both teams to seize it. And neither has really been able to capitalize. Big opportunity for Kayla here with her last stone. Already sitting 1. Doesn't have hammer though, but a good chance to really get the force or maybe even a steal out of this end. And she liked the line halfway down, she was saying. There you go.
And Team Ueno has 2 options here. They can either draw the button or they can play the run back for 2. we'll see what they decide. What would you play here, James?
I think that I'd probably be taking the draw, to be honest, because then you're only down 1, even if you don't make it. Not end of the world, but run backs are pretty tricky. And as we've seen with this ice, it's kind of been a little tricky so far. Both teams picking it up and then struggling a little bit at different times. So smart move here. I think Ueno making the call for this draw. As you can see there, she's got some area to bite. She's got to bite the button area there too. So it's definitely there.
And this draw is important too to regain the momentum going into the second half of the game. They would be pumped to make this. You might even see a penguin dive if she makes this.
You really think that's going to happen here, eh?
I'd love to see it happen.
Okay. I think, folks, what needs to happen is if she makes this, Tyler has to go on the ice after this game, and he has to do a penguin dive for all of you. Don't you all think that's a much better idea? I agree with myself. I think I've got the right idea here. We'll make that happen, and we'll film it, and we'll put it on Tyler's Instagram account.
Oh, this draw is looking really
Look at
good.
this. Just beautiful. Nicely called. Nicely called.
Oh, what an incredible shot.
Great clutch shot there. Great clutch shot. Ueno with her perfect draw weight there. Finds it to get her single. Takes the 3-2 lead after 4. Wow, what a game back and forth. Both skippers, though, playing really well, making some huge clutch shots in the first half of this game. Probably our co-MVPs of this first half. They've really bailed the teams out a little bit on some early misses that both teams have kind of had back and forth. But when the skippers have gotten the hack to make the big shots, neither of them are missing when they need to at the most. It's really been amazing to watch.
Yeah, pretty exciting curling. Stay tuned for the second half. We'll be back soon.
Let's do a quick run over here to sheet number 3. You're seeing there's Park with a big 2 and 4 to take the 3-2 lead over Yoshimura. Beautiful shot right there. Look at that. We dialed over there. Perfect run back, popping out some yellows out of there. So nicely done. Nice B game going on there. Let's shift over again. There's our game. They're going to come back from their break soon. And there we go. Sheet number 7. No update. Still 1-0 Team Gim. Let's just quickly go over if we can shift all the way over to sheet number 1. There we go. Let's show what's going on with Caitlin's game. Caitlin Law's on the ice right now, and they are playing Team Tabata out of Japan. And look at that, a big steal of 2 in the 4th end for Tabata. They lead Laws now 4-1, playing 5. And there you go. You are up to date on all the scores. Let's head back. Our feature sheet. Sheet number 5. So what do you expect in the second half of the game here, Tyler? We've seen, like we said, momentum hasn't really been on either team. Both skips playing great, MVP status at the first half. If you're either team, are you sitting at that little quick break being like, yeah, we're okay with this? What's your chat on? If you're Team Skrlik, what's your game plan for the second half?
Yeah, I think you're going to see both teams. I think you're going to see Roxon play. I think with the score being really tight, when either team has hammer, they're going to be putting rocks in play and trying to generate a deuce. And, I think the team that doesn't have hammer, you're going to see them putting up a center guard. So that's a recipe for lots of rocks in play. So I think that's what we're going to see the second half.
Yeah, agreed. You have to think both teams at the break, they may have felt there that they had maybe some missed opportunities in the first 4 ends, but at the same time, both probably still feeling really good about where this game is. Both feeling this is still very much a winnable game for either team. It's a coin flip.
Absolutely. Yep. It's very, very 50-50 at this point. Slight edge to Team Ueno, especially scoring a point in end number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact percentages, but I'd say they probably have about a 60% chance right now of winning the game, but still very, very close. Both teams are neck and neck in this one.
And the type of competitiveness we want to see when it's an A qualifier. Winner goes to the playoffs on Monday. Of course, the losers game still very much in this competition. They'll just drop down to the B side, so not a huge, huge detriment for the team that does end up unfortunately losing this game, but it's always nice when you get to have tomorrow off.
Absolutely. Maybe spend time with the family for some of these curlers, or maybe hit the golf course before it closes down for the year, because I know a lot of them close down on Monday. So, I know some teams do that if they qualify out of the A side, or do something completely unrelated to that. Maybe head out to the beautiful mountains just west of us, head out to Canmore and Banff. A lot of teams like to do that when they play in this area. So, yeah, exciting things lie ahead for the team that qualifies in the A side. The team that loses this game is gonna have to grind.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been very fortunate here in Calgary to have such nice weather. We're on for those who don't live in Calgary, it's a historical streak right now of consecutive days of not being into the negative temperature zone. This is the longest streak Calgary's ever had, so it's we're getting gorgeous weather right now. Thanksgiving weekend, sometimes at this event, we do get a little bit of snow. No snow in the forecast here. So perfect weather for all the teams that are competing this weekend.
Yeah, really great.
So if you're Team Ueno here, what's your call on this one now and how this is going, Tyler?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're just trying to hit and roll away here. And actually, they might be trying to get hit and stay as close as possible to the center line with this one. But, you definitely want to make sure that you hit this one, get it out, and you're bringing a lot of risk in kind of the more fancy you get with this shot. But there's definitely more reward the closer you get to the nose here. So that's not a bad shot at all.
Yep. Yep, they're happy with that. Nice little hit and roll away. We can give you a quick update. Team Wang did score 2 in 4, so they now have the 2-1 lead over Team Gim playing 5. The Koreans and the defending champions here will have hammered.
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit, James, about Team Gim and what an incredible, especially last season, at the beginning of the season, how
Amazing.
dominant they were, right? Talk a little bit about that team and their season last year and what you think they're going to be like moving forward.
Yeah, I think they showcased a lot last year. It was kind of their breakout season for maybe casual curling fans getting really accustomed to them. We saw them win the Pan Continentals last year. As we said, they'll be back this year to try to defend that ice and win that title again. We saw them at the World Championships. They were the only team to hand home in a loss there at the World Championships, so that was huge. They played them really well in the playoffs too. We've seen Gim play a really good year this year. What we've seen out of them too is a lot of playoffs. They always qualify for the playoffs in the events that they've entered this season, but they're getting tripped up in the quarterfinal, semifinal range that we didn't see last year. We saw them win a lot of tour events, so maybe a little bit this year. Expectations are a little bit higher after coming off such a great season last year. But on the flip side, as we know, just ask the best teams in the world, the Homans, Tiranzonis, Hasselbergs of the world. When you're a highly ranked team, Team Gim ranked number 3 in the world, other teams, when they step on the ice, they're going to always play their best against you to try to knock you off, because it's always a nicer feeling as an underdog to knock off a top 5, top 3, top 1 team in the world. So maybe teams are also a little bit more familiar with them and playing them a little bit different than they did in the past year or two. But still, one of the most dangerous teams. And if there's a team to watch out for heading into the World Championships and potentially the Olympics, Team Gim would be one that people should be keeping their eyes on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, the women's side of the sport right now. It's really, especially when it comes to the World Championships and a lot of the big events, recently it's really been a battle between 2 teams, right? Team Tiranzoni and Team Homan. They've been dominant and really, better than the rest of the pack. So it'll be interesting to see all these teams are going to be chasing those 2 teams because they're so good and above the rest, in particular Team Homan with their incredible year last year and a great start to this season as well. Incredible start to this season, actually.
Yeah. Only 2 losses?
yeah. Their season last year was probably unprecedented, probably the best season of any curling team ever. You know, very, very solid for sure. So,
It's
you know, all these teams are chasing those two teams. Absolutely.
It really sets up well going into Lacombe for the Pan Continentals at the end of October because, as we said, Ueno, who are watching here in this game, they're going to be there. Homan's going to be there representing Team Canada. Gim will be there representing Korea. Wang will be there representing China. Here's three of the main challengers right here on the ice right now going into Pan Continentals. That's what this event really is about for these three teams especially, is this is a big, massive tune-up to get ready for that. Tabitha Peterson will also be there for USA. So those are kind of the 5 main teams we're really watching at going to PanCons, and here they are competing at the Autumn Gold. Good opportunity for all of them to kind of get some good competitive games under the slider before they head to Lacombe.
And Team Ueno trying to draw around that cluster of center line guards there.
Look at that curl.
A little bit deeper than they would have liked, also a little bit open. There's a good opportunity for Team Skrlik here. They'll want to hit and roll away. Absolutely. I think if they hit it on the nose, it leaves an opportunity for Team Ueno to really cut down the scoring area without hammer. So I think they'll want to roll away.
Kayla's mic not being cooperative with us right now, as you saw there. Saw a little call there. The weight's a bit up.
And that's a tough one there, hitting and rolling out. Leaves the same shot here for Team Ueno.
Yeah, not often in the sport of curling do you get a do-over, and usually when you're the opposition team, you don't want to give your opponents the opportunity for a do-over. Most of the times they'll make it the second time if they didn't make it perfect the first one, so we'll see if Ueno can capitalize now on getting this opportunity of attempt number 2.
And is this going to get by?
No, just going to rub
off.
Might get a little tricky there. The ice might be getting a little tricky. As you heard them earlier yelling clean and everything was good, and then it got to that breaking point just before the hog line where they had to go really hard on that to try to save that line, and then just kind of nibbled over and hit their own. Something we'll try to do our best to keep an eye on as well to see if just a tricky spot or see what happens here.
So Margot Fleming being asked to nose this rock is the call.
And there we go, as called. I want to go for the double here.
Yep, looks like that's what they're trying. Hit it about a thick half, and the double will be made.
And with the right way, you should be able to save the shoot or two as well, do you think, Tyler? And then they could be sitting 3 here.
Yeah, if
depends what
challenging to stick the shooter, but it's possible for sure.
Your shooter might be. They might be able to keep this shooter on for a little bit of biter on the side. depending on the weight choice they go with.
Yeah, if it's executed perfect, absolutely. A little bit of a speed wobble there. I think with this weight, the shooter is always going out.
Yeah. There you go.
And the reaction says it all there.
Yeah.
Good opportunity here for Team Skrlik to get a skipper's deuce here.
Yeah, the same thing we kind of saw in the third end where Kayla was able to capitalize on her 2 rocks to 1 advantage.
Edge on edge. Yeah. I think it's our only shot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see her draw weight because Kayla, most of her shots have been hits this game. She hasn't thrown many draws, so we'll see how close she is on this one. It'll definitely be a little bit more challenging for her compared to if she has thrown a lot of draws this game, but expect her to be close.
Well, at least she gets the practice draw right now if she has to throw with her last to score the 2 again, or maybe even more, but at least she's getting to do it on her first one rather than the second. It's a good opportunity.
We want to just make sure we have it.
And sweepers seem to really like it. Not sweeping it too hard, but they're cleaning it as they go down here.
Yeah, nice brushes down the whole way. They're looking pretty happy with it. Tuck it right around. Just feather that top yellow and get it right there.
What an incredible shot. That's that's great after throwing many hits this game. Kayla and team put that exactly where they wanted it to, and really forces Team Ueno's hand to make a perfect hit and roll here.
Yeah, really, if you could have just picked that rock up from the hack and just carried it down and put it there, that's right where they would have put it regardless.
Yeah, pretty great spot.
Yep, perfect shot. Nicely done. So Ueno here with her final shot here in the 5th end, just going to go for the hit and tuck behind.
Yep, hit and roll.
No, nothing right now. There we go. Trying to get it over. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, great shot.
Again, back-to-back MVP shots here for the 2 skippers. They're going head-to-head in this game.
So here's the question here. What do you see Team Skrlik here doing? Do they pick out that yellow rock? Do they play softer weight and try to hold their shooter? Do they play the run back to try to get 1 point or 2 points possibly? Just 1 point. Very difficult. Some decisions here, absolutely.
Yeah, and you heard that's what Kayla was talking about. Is the first option she said was the pick, but there you hear her saying about the curl.
Yeah, it's just not going to curl. We need to a little bit low. Yeah. Normal.
Look at this.
Kind of surprised here. I mean, I think her reason that she doesn't want to play the pick out on the yellow rock on the button is the chance that she picks out her own. I think that's her rationale here. This is slightly safer.
Here comes the heat. Kayla Skrlik, her final rock here in end number 5. The danger of the high guard.
And steal of 1 for Team Ueno, going up 4-2 after 5 ends here at the Curler's Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic.
Well, there you saw a quick score update across the sheets there as we head back here for end number 6 action. Team Park, Team Yoshimura sitting tied at 3, heading into end number 6. Caitlin Law is getting 1 and 5. She still trails Tabata 4-2 as they play end number 6. And Team Gim, Team Wang's up 2-1 after 4. What a clutch shot there from the skipper Ueno with her final. Just that was just picking Kayla's pocket with that last shot.
Absolutely.
MVP shot of the game so far was that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really going to see aggressive play from Team Skrlik this end.
Yeah.
Trying to get a 2 or more, especially in the even end. You're really going to see them go hard this end.
Yeah, playing the 6 down 2. If they score their 2, force 1, get 2. It's kind of the mentality that people kind of go with when you're in the 6th, then 6, 7, 8. Remember, tour events, it's only an 8-end game, contrary to what we normally see at the Scotties or the Briar, where we play the 10. So time not really on Skrlik's side on a way. They do have to, like Tyler said, you got to get some points on the board here and get back in this.
Yeah, they're going to be taking a little bit more risk, absolutely. This is a crucial end in the curling game for them.
Yeah, pressure's on. What a game we've had, Tyler, for an A qualifier.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Very, very interesting. Very back and forth. Very exciting.
Well, we talked going into the 5th end about seizing momentum, and the first half of the game, neither team really was there. If you're an Ueno fan right now, I'm sure you're feeling like you've completely grabbed all the momentum in this game now. A lot of confidence as well after that 5th end. It's just pick Kayla's pocket for that single point.
Absolutely.
But don't discount Team Skrlik there, fans. Also, really strong team, and like we said, have had outstanding results this season. Brief, as Tyler said, making the PointsBet Invitational Final, but they've also reached 2 other finals this season. Stu Sells Oakville and the Icebreaker in Winnipeg, semifinal to Shorty Jenkins. So this is a really battle-tested team this entire season. Never to be counted out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a team very much on the verge of getting to that next level, right?
Yeah.
And competing in the pool with Team Homan and Team Anderson and Team Laws and those other top teams in Canada, right? They're very, very much in that conversation and making their way into that. So exciting to watch them this year.
Yeah, I believe a playoff spot, if they were to, let's say, come back and win this game or qualify via B or C side at this event, a playoff spot here might even be enough to get them into the next 2 slams, not just the next one. So they're playing for a lot here to have Team Skrlik be up in that top 16 ranking of the world and playing consistently at slams this season. That would be amazing accomplishment for them. So I'm sure they're feeling a little bit of excitement this season, but also pressure, but pressure in a positive way.
Absolutely.
We should have asked Jeremy Hardy to come up here and let us know how he's feeling right now. I wonder if he's a little stressed watching Kayla play.
And that still works out.
Yeah.
There's still full coverage there. Fortunately for Team Ueno, they didn't open it up too much so that yellow rock's accessible. Still fully buried behind those 2 guards.
For now, I think Kayla would be very happy to clear that situation up very fast here.
Ashton being asked to throw the heat. Ashton can throw it very, very hard.
Actually, had a really good battle at the second position this game too. Both players can really chuck the rock really well and have made some really good contact on some crazy hits, some run backs, some plays. So
Yeah.
both seconds playing really well.
I got 9. Yeah.
What do you like for Ueno now? There's Ikanai coming down, and the team's going to have a little bit of a chat here. Big opportunity. What's your call here on this one, Tyler?
Yeah, it's interesting. They could, they could go either way here. They could go aggressive and try to get a steal, or they could try to get some of that shrapnel out up front. Personally, with the way the scoreboard is, I think I would try to get rid of those rocks out front. In particular, I'd try to get rid of some of those guards for sure, just with the way the scoreboard is. They're definitely taking on a little bit of risk here. I mean, it could play out, working out well for them, but could also backfire as well, right? So we'll see where this ends up.
Yeah, I love the aggressive style of not. They've been playing aggressive this entire game. It's obviously worked for them being up 4-2 playing the 6. So I kind of respect the fact of not giving away their game plan. They're sticking with this aggressive mentality. But on the flip side, like you said, Tyler, you play the scoreboard. You don't need any of those rocks in the front of the house at all. They're not really helping you.
Yeah.
They're more helping Kayla's team out more than anything. But if you keep playing aggressive and you keep making your shots, it's always going to make Team Skrlik have a tough day.
Yeah.
Like, look where that ended up.
Okay.
Really nice draw.
Do you like that? Control?
So Ashton Skrlik being asked to hit and roll towards the wings here. It's a really key shot here. This one's really important.
Nice control weight. You heard the call too. Apparently the only weight I know how to throw in my league on Saturdays is control weight. It's the only one I understand and the only one I know how to throw, so
Need to get a stopwatch.
I need a better coach. Tyler Powell's my coach right now, and obviously I only throw control. And I'm a lead, so that tells you what's going on, folks. Look at that.
And they would have loved to have rolled that behind. You can see from the team they're a little bit disappointed with that one for sure.
It's always interesting to watch a little bit of the body language coming out of that fifth end where they really felt they were in control to pick up some points there and to give up that steal. And it deflated them a little bit as we started this end, and you can see it's still a little bit lingering. Hopefully they can kind of turn that body language around and get more on the positive offensive here, because they're still very much in this game. This game is far from over.
Yeah.
And they're playing very well. Both teams playing really well here. Look at that. Beautiful spot.
Yeah, it's interesting too with Team Skrlik. They're very, very familiar with each other. Kayla, Ashton, and Jerry Lynn have played together for 3 seasons now, and Kayla and Ashton have actually only ever not played with each other for 1 year. They've played together basically their whole lives.
I feel like they're very familiar with each other, Tyler.
Yeah.
Familiar bond there,
so
literally.
Absolutely, yeah. So they're very, you don't see that from a lot of teams, right?
No.
So, it's interesting. There's definitely something to be said about people staying together and people playing with each other for long periods of time.
The family that curls together stays together.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. We see a lot of change, especially here in Canada. Teams jump and ship a lot, and we'll stay out of the commentary of men's Canadian curling right now, of teams jumping and getting new players. But we see it often, and to see the sister combo staying together throughout basically almost their entire curling careers is a testament to them curling together, and it's working. And they're getting rewarded for their efforts.
Yep. Both from Nampa, Alberta.
Oh, nice. Impressive. Tyler did his homework. He's not even from Alberta. Come on now. That's impressive, Tyler. I also enjoy seeing Kayla wearing her Kayla jacket today. If you saw at the points bet, so you may have noticed when she was on TV that her jacket said A Skrlik. She was wearing Ashton's jacket. Her and I had a lovely conversation about this at points bet. She is now back to wearing the K jacket, so good for her getting to wear her own jacket again. I'm sure she feels a little more comfortable getting to wear her own as well. So if you're Team Ueno here, what's your call, Tyler, now? You do the little hit and roll flop under?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think their conversation, they're really debating between either playing a draw and getting it right on the top of the button there, top forefoot, where their broom is signaling to. That'd be a very, very aggressive play. They could also hit and roll out on that red rock. They could hit and roll towards the wings. That's another option, less aggressive. So I think this is kind of the decision point for them. You know, what are they going to do? How much risk are they going to take on? I think for them, fortunately, the Rocks are in quite favorable spots, I think, for them to go more the aggressive route. And the Rocks aren't in great spots for Team Skrlik right now, especially with only 3 Rocks remaining. So I think they're going to go with the aggressive route, and I think it's I think it's a good play.
Well, and why change the strategy that got you here? We've been saying how they've been playing aggressive this whole game, and they're not afraid to be on the offense, whether they have hammer or not, and this is an opportunity to once again do so, and we've seen it pay off for them. Obviously on the scoreboard with them being up 4-2. The aggressive style is working in their favor right now, and they've got the advantage, so not totally surprised that they're going to continue with that aggressive call. Here comes the big sweep.
A little bit heavy. That leaves the door open a little bit.
Sometimes, like you said, Tyler, sometimes the aggressive call can backfire on you, and this may be an opportunity where it does now.
Yeah.
She needs to throw less. But we got the guard balance in the end. They are going to do this all over, though.
So let's hear from people in the chat. Where are you tuning in from? We want to hear from everybody in the chat. Just drop a line. Where are you watching from this Saturday evening here in Calgary? Or depending on where you are in the world, might be a different time. But yeah, we want to hear from you. Let us know.
Definitely. We have how many people on the chat?
600 people.
600 people are joining us right now. That's amazing. Thank you all for joining us. And we will let you know the unfortunate side is our chat does not have translation on it right now. So we are not translating as we're trying to read this while we're commentating. So excuse us if you've posted something and we have not translated it or responded to it. That is why we do not have translation service on our chat right now. So forgive us, but we are not ignoring you. It's great to see the chat being lit up right now.
We're working on our Japanese, but we're not quite there yet.
Keep going.
That was the draw that Kayla called.
Good sweep.
Oh, there we go. We got Megan joining us from Hamilton. Megan, big curling fan, always in the chat, always watching. Thanks, Megan, for joining us today on your Saturday. And hopefully you're having a great long weekend, by the way. Always great to see you supporting the sport in all the ways that you do. You're a very busy, very, very busy curling fan, which we love to see. Michelle and Matt from Minnesota. We've got someone from Tokyo. Alana from Vulcan. Oh, China, Richmond, BC, Japan. Oh, my gosh. Manitoba. Beautiful. Love it.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for watching.
It's what we love about the sport. It truly is a global international sport, and not just from the competitive standpoint, but also just getting to meet and chat with people from all over the world. It is a way to unite us all with a common passion. It's a great part about sport. Calgary, Fujisawa, Japan, Calgary again. Oh, Bernice. Bernice, aren't you just downstairs listening to us? We love it.
I'm like,
South China. This is amazing. Place where it never snows. Oh my. I don't know what that must feel wonderful. I don't know that feeling. I've never had that experience before. Imagine a year of no snow ever. Seeing snow for a whole year. Oh my gosh.
All right, so we're seeing Team Ueno play a freeze here. They're trying to cut down that scoring area for Team Skrlik, or even potentially get a steal as their goal now.
I think Ueno would even be very happy just giving up a single. Yeah, good shot.
I think I have to.
Let's see what Kayla talks about if hopefully her mic picks up for us here. We'll give a listen, see if we can hear it.
Maybe later. Maybe on the last one. Open up the. It's not terrible. Right. They could lock one in here, and then it is pretty bad. Well, like, how much can I? I need to thin it, but I can't.
The joy of competing with a mic pack, folks. It is kind of cutting in and out sometimes as well, but.
Yeah. We can always piece off it, I guess. Piece off it if we're low side. Yeah. Obviously. Foot less. Well, I have a foot less. Yeah.
So Tyler, what do you think of this call by Kayla on her first? You down for this shot?
Yeah, it's interesting. Is she trying to draw the side button?
I think so. They were kind of playing back and forth between a few options, hey?
Yeah. I think having the play in towards the button can definitely, can limit her scoring area here.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because I think, we heard Kayla talking about the potential of option B. Well, worst case, we might just push that red over. And I think they got caught in the middle of both options A and option B, and that's what we were left with there.
Yeah, and I think you can see by the body language their team is disappointed by that outcome, and rightfully so. So a few different options. They can, really try to steal here, and they can try to bring a rock into play. A few ways they can do that. They can try to promote that yellow rock in the top of the 4-foot onto that red rock to potentially sit shot stone. Might be a little bit difficult. They can also guard that port to make it very challenging for Kayla to get to. If you put a rock top 12-foot kind of in line with that yellow rock that is second shot as we look at it, it can also make it almost impossible for Kayla to get to. So that's probably the call.
Is there anything at the front of the house that you see as run backs or angle raises or anything that they haven't really looked at yet that you're concerned about, or is the front of the house still in their favor?
Yeah, I think it's still in their favor.
Yeah.
I think if you put one top 12 directly in line with that yellow rock that's in the top of the 4-foot, then it makes it incredibly difficult for Kayla to get to. Don't see many options for her to get to if you put it there. Force would be great for Team Ueno here.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be too crushed by letting that red rock stay the only one that goes on the scoreboard right now. They're going to count that as a win for them.
Yeah, I think by getting overly aggressive here and bringing one into the 4-foot or even the T-line area could leave the door open to get to. So we'll see where this one ends up.
That night, Nice way just for guarding the area. How far back are we going? Yeah, just shrink it down.
That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
I think Kayla's shot for 2 here is the long tap back from the one on the center line. I think she has to try to either run that back or play a little bit lighter weight and try to tap it directly to the tee line. It's a very challenging shot, but it's definitely there.
Yeah, they're looking.
Yeah,
trying to look at angles right now to see what options they have.
So she could also play the corner guard on the left-hand side as we see it. That red rock that's just below that dot as we see it, and she could play that into the side and possibly get 2 that way.
I bet she's wishing that yellow wasn't sitting in the top 12 foot there, though, hey?
Yeah, a few different options.
Could I ever just draw around this way?
There you go. She's going to take a look at the rock that we're just talking about. This is the shot Tyler was just mentioning. Kayla's taking a look at it now.
I just don't want to risk picking my own out.
Yep, there you go.
Like, if I tap the 6.
That's a big call right there. Like, really, really smart eye from Kayla there. The risk, if you pick it out, you could give up a steal of 2, 3, 4. It could be game over.
Yeah, Kayla needs to be careful here.
Yeah,
so
she's got to watch.
If she's going to play any of these shots, she needs to play less weight to diminish that chance.
So you can't see it on the screen right now. If we can maybe zoom out, there you go. Right in front of where Kayla's standing, there's that long red guard that she's looking at that angle better for the raise than the far one. There you go. Beautiful. Thanks, camera crew. You guys are just killing it today. Awesome job.
Even nose is not terrible, just off.
So there you go. Perfect call right there by Kayla. Exactly sharing where she wants to hit it. Just off nose. Run that right into there. And she could sit her 2. I shouldn't say run it in there. That makes it sound like she's doing this massive power hit here.
Yeah, it's a very difficult shot.
Very tough. That port to get through to get that 2 is whew.
Yeah.
But it's her best shot and probably the lowest risk of potentially, like Kayla said, her risk of knocking out that red and giving up points is not an option here. Here comes Kayla Skrlik, her last rock here in end number 6. 1 in her pocket right now, hoping to maybe pick up 2 to tie this game up.
Looks close.
They're very happy with the weight. There we go. Let's see where the raise goes.
Oh. Just need to curl a little bit more, and she was very close to making that shot.
Yeah. Great attempt, though. Great call. Weight looked good. I love the attempt of it, too. It was her best call to minimize risk and try to get the second point on the board. She's going to come up, though, unfortunately, rubbing that top one. It's still a single on the board, though. Team Skrlik trailing Team Ueno 4-3 after 6. But the Japanese champions will have Hammer playing end number 7. Let's do a little scoreboard update, shall we? It is after end number 6, and we said we'll keep you all updated at the end of the even ends for sure. There you go, Team Laws. Remember, they were down early 4-1, score 1 in 5, steal 1 in 6. Now they're down 4-3, playing 7. Team Laws always dangerous. Lots of good play out of them. So we'll see Team Tabata, though, with Hammer playing 7. Shoot over to sheet number 3. There you see the other Japanese team, Team Yoshimura. They've just put some points on the board as well. They are now up. Look at that, a steal in end number 6. They have the 4-3 lead playing 7. Korea's Park will have Hammer, though. And, of course, we'll take the far all the way over. There we go. The game people are talking about as well in the chat. Team Wang, Team Gim. Wang takes 1 in 6. She regains the lead 3-2 over our 2-time defending champions, Team Gim from Korea. But the Koreans do have Hammer playing end number 7. There you go. You are up to date on all the B-side games. And, of course, we're going to shift ourselves back to our A qualifier here on sheet number 5. Great chat in the comment, or great commentary in the chat right now. Whoa, went backwards on my words there, folks. I love the comments on the curling season for Japanese fans. They're going to have the Japanese National Championship at arena ice for the first time in Yokohama in January, so that is going to be amazing to see. And like we said, the field for the Japanese Championships this year, women and men, is going to be hyper competitive. Great to see that it's going to be on arena ice too. That's only going to add to the benefit of those teams competing as they step into the World Championships going forward. So it's a big win.
Yeah, James, when are you going to go to Japan and take in the curling action
Right?
there?
It's definitely on one of the top spots on my bucket list is to get to Japan. I hear so much about it, and I've had the luxury of talking to JD Lind a few times over the years about his experience in Japan, how much he loves it. Now, Tyler, with you just recently being there and you praising, Japan is definitely on my list. It was actually supposed to be happening in April of this year, but things changed, so I wasn't able to attend it and go to Japan. But it is definitely on the bucket list, top 3 for sure. Oh, I love the chat too. Hearing about Guangzhou building a ice curling rink last year, that's great. Hong Kong team coming to practice, awesome. Hong Kong competing right now at the World Mixed. And then, of course, the Hong Kong men and women will be at Lacombe for the Pan Continentals. All right, Tyler, if your team Skrlik, you in full steal mode here, hey?
Yep, absolutely.
Got to steal back-to-back ends to try to pick the pocket of the W here
Yep,
against Japan's team.
Not easy,
No.
especially at this level.
But to their advantage, with Team Ueno continuing to play with the aggressive style that they have played to get them to this point, when a team continues to play aggressive, there is the opportunity that steals can come out of nowhere that you don't expect. So will be interesting to see if Team Ueno changes their strategy a little bit, maybe doesn't go as aggressive now that they have Hammer with a 1-point lead paying 7. What would you do? Would you change your strategy at all, or are we just, hey, it's got you here, keep going?
No, I think you have to change. You have to play the scoreboard, and Team Ueno definitely want to play defensive here. But if your execution's high, then it can definitely work out in your favor to keep playing aggressive. But your execution needs to be at an incredibly high level to play that way, especially when you're leading. So.
Yeah, I'll play the devil's advocate. I'll go the opposite of Tyler. Say, just keep going. Just push the gas pedal all the way down here and just go for the jugular here and end the game in 7. Go for your 2 or 3 and just really get your A qualifier done up right now. I like the aggressive style that they've been playing, and obviously, like we said, it's been working. So I'll go the opposite just for the sake of devil's advocate on Tyler. I know far less about curling than Tyler does, so it's more fun if we disagree with each other on this.
I don't know about that.
What does the chat say? What would all of you joining the chat, what would you do in this situation? Do you think the Japanese champions should continue to go aggressive style like they have, or are you more on Tyler's side and think that maybe they should pump a brake a little bit more and go more defensive to rock the scoreboard for the win? Share your thoughts in the chat. We'd love to hear. And if you're Team Tyler or Team James, which of course you're going to be Team James, I hope, right? Selfless plug. I have to get some kind of plug in here, and Tyler plugged himself on doing all this outstanding work, so I just sit here and do nothing, so I got to do something.
You're talking.
Right, a lot, as we know. Yeah, all gas, no brakes. Thanks, Jamie. See? Yeah, Jamie gets it. Jamie gets it. This is what I like to see. I'm loving this. Anyone that's paying attention in the chat, if your first name starts with J, I think you should jump on the J train. Although we do have a lot of T people in there too. Like, I'm looking at you, Terry. Are you on Team Tyler? I think you should jump ship. Join James's commentary. What do you like for Team Ueno on this shot here, Tyler?
Yeah,
Right call?
Looks like they're trying to get a double peel here.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely like this call, trying to open up the front.
Yeah.
And that is not what they wanted to do.
No.
That is a very big miss. Leaves the door open for Team Skrlik. And
Yep.
very unfortunate there.
Yeah, Kayla's going to be liking how this is setting up now. Oh, Teresa's on your side, Tyler. She'll take Team Tyler. All right, Teresa. All right, I'll give you... Okay, Teresa, if you say it, then I'll give you an extra 5% on your side. Good opportunity for Team Skrlik, though, now.
Yep, absolutely. Put the pressure on.
Mm-hmm.
Very good setup for them, having 3 center guards.
All the work on Margot here. There you go.
And I think this Ice James is definitely slightly straighter than what they're used to playing on, just by seeing them be sweeping for curl a lot. You know, you see a lot of the conditions while they're out there at the slams and all that. You know, getting 5-6 feet of curl.
Yep.
This isn't quite as much curl as they're getting here, so you see them often sweeping for curl and the rocks under curling on draws. I think you've seen this game.
Well, and you make a good point there, right? Like we said earlier, both these teams are just coming off playing at the Tour Challenge. Yes, it was the Tier 2, but still, it was at a Grand Slam, and now they're playing here. I wonder if just the difference of the ice, different areas of the country, different weather, just a lot at play. It's not going to be, you know, there's no such thing as uniform ice across the world when you're playing at an event. So it definitely can come into play.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, nice shot.
Can they get it out? It sticks around. But still, really nice shot.
Yeah. Still got center line guards here. If Team Skrlik can make a really good one and get it dead buried, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Team Ueno.
And going on the far side of the sheet, hey, going a different slide pattern.
Yeah.
And slide path for this shot.
Yeah, you haven't seen many rocks played out over here.
No. So what would be the call on that, Tyler? Why would you go out to that side? And is it, like we said, we haven't seen a lot over there. It's a little bit more risky potentially, but advantage or no?
Yeah, so I think their rationale is being able to get more of the rock buried because of where that rock is positioned at the top of the 12-foot. There's more space for them to be able to bury that rock and get it fully buried behind the guard. That being said, it is a more difficult shot, you know, going into new territory and sometimes depending on where that, like when in the game, the rock is thrown out in the wings, it can actually be a little bit faster, especially later in the game than, you know, pass that are a little bit more inside. It could also be a little bit slower as well because it hasn't been used as much. Kind of depends. So it's a guessing game that way.
Here you see a really good difference on just releases too, right? You're seeing a lot more turn and a lot more spin on the release of this rock in comparison to what we saw from the Skrlik team. And look at the finish they get.
And what a great shot.
Yeah,
this is
really well done. Beauty. Just tucked that in nicely, hey?
Yeah. And they are pumped up. You see their reaction once that shot was made. Team Ueno is pumped. High fives from the team. They are stoked.
I think they're feeling that little momentum kick now.
Yeah. Team Skrlik following them down.
Yeah, they brought the play to this side of the house, on this side of the sheet, so now it's going to be a race to see who navigates it the best.
Okay.
And tight, and
See where it finishes.
that rock ends up in a really unfortunate spot. Leaves a hit and roll opportunity for Team Ueno. If they can make this really good, makes it very challenging
Yeah.
on Team Skrlik to get that steal, and leaves the opportunity for Team Ueno to get you know, a deuce in this end, which would be huge.
Yeah, pressure on right now. Good comments in the chat, but hoping to see Pan-Continentals shift over back to Asia maybe in the future. I think that would be great. Remember, Pan-Continentals replaced the Asia-Pacific Curling Championships that used to be held prior to a few years ago. So definitely could see Pan-Continentals shifting from being hosted in Canada, where it's been for the last 2 years, and then, of course, will be hosted again this year here in Alberta.
Big shot for Team Ueno. They can make this good.
Right out of her hand, called on. Look at that.
Oh, great shot, and you
Beauty.
see the hand in the air.
Mm-hmm.
They are pumped up. The energy from this team is incredible.
The extra, like we were saying earlier, that extra release of how they're releasing and getting all that curl is just playing to their advantage right now, especially going on that far side and the outside of the sheet to come in like that is just really well done.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah, beauty. Big smiles, as you can see there. Whole team is pretty happy right now. Pressure on. Skrlik's got to go now to back to the other side of the sheet and try to tuck it in there now. We're almost to the point now. Now we're starting with skip stones, kind of playing for the game here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you got to take more risk here if you're Team Skrlik, because the game is on the line with these shots. If you give up 2 or more, your chances of winning are incredibly slim.
Yeah. But we've seen Kayla come in clutch a lot of ends in this game so far, so let's see if she's got one more in her in this end.
And that one, yeah, unfortunate there.
Yep.
And you hear the reaction. Team Ueno is going to be able to take that one out and lie
Yeah,
3 rocks after this.
just come in and just tap it back out of there, right? You don't even, not a lot of weight to it, just get it out. They don't even really have to worry about getting it completely out of play or anything. Hey, Tyler, you just got to push it back 8, back 12 or whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to be selective on the weight that you throw. You definitely want to throw weight where you can control it with the sweepers. And you see that's often the difference between a lot of really good teams and whatnot is the weight control. You know, they throw just enough weight to make the shot, and that's what makes them really good. So weight's going to be key on this shot.
Yeah, let's see. Right when she slides with the hack, we'll be able to tell the weight choice here. They've been throwing great weight all game, so shouldn't expect anything different here.
Looks narrow. They're on it.
Yeah, right out of her hand.
Can't really cross center. It's close.
Should just paper.
Oh,
Papers it all perfectly to sit
great
3.
shot.
All just lined up too. Well, this is game.
Yep. It's all or nothing here.
Yeah. Kayla Skrlik going down to the hack, facing 3. She does not have hammer, trailing right now 4-3. She's got to tuck it around perfectly to sit shot and hope.
Yeah, if she gets it half buried, that's pretty good. If
Yep.
she's top button half buried, or even right on the button half buried, because it'll make it difficult to take out. Taking no time to throw this.
No. Who needs time clocks at tour events? We don't need them. Teams are taking care of it themselves.
Margos.
This looks close.
Yep. Margot's trying to drag it in there.
Oh, you're going to
Yep.
see a hit for 4.
Yep.
And likely the game here for Team Ueno.
Okay.
Got it there for a shot, though, to at least force the hand to make her have to make the shots. Nose hit, but still be tricky.
And they do have the chance to get 5 here. I think that's what they're looking at, but I think if you get 4, it's ample. So, you know, I kind of saw them lining that up, but you know, I think you got to focus on just hitting it on the nose here, because if you get the 4,
Yeah,
the game's won.
Yeah. Yeah, this is for the win and a spot in the playoffs on Monday with a nose hit here. And we say nose because you can't afford to hit it on the outside of it because the jam's there, so.
She's playing a lot of weight at this.
Yeah, lots of weight. Oh, it doesn't even care.
wow.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add 'em up. There's the 6-pack challenge for you right there. And Team Ueno, wowzas, drops a 6 in the 7th end. They take the 10-3 victory over Team Skrlik. Congratulations to the Japanese champions, Team Ueno. They will qualify, and we will see them on Monday in the playoffs. Skrlik fans, don't worry. Don't let the scoreline confuse you either. This was a really even game back and forth between both teams. Team Skrlik still alive. They will drop down to the B side. What a game. What did you think, Tyler? What a game from that one.
Yeah, wow. Talk about ending the game with an exclamation mark. That was incredible. You know, they could have just tried to hit it on the nose and get their 4, and it likely still would have been handshakes. But you know, Team Ueno said, you know, we want to go all in. We want to make a point here. We want to win this game and get 6, and they did that. That was a pretty incredible finish. You don't see that very often.
No.
So yeah, congrats to them, and they get a day off, and they'll be back on Monday in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, props to them going for the 6. I don't think either of us really saw that as being an option there. And I think Team James wins out. They went full aggressive all the way there in the last end. And what happened? It paid off with a 6-pot. So can't deny it. It was really well done. What we'll do is let's just do one. Let's do some quick scoreboard checks here. Try to bring you maybe some more live coverage as best we can. You guys want to see more curling? You want to see how some games wrap up, or you all ready to jump off? See, people are still loving it. Thanks, D. We support you supporting us, and thanks for always your wonderful comments. If you've ever been to a live curling event and you see D walking around with the Scotty's Chicken hat on, always go up and say hi. She is one of the best in the sport from a fan perspective. There we go. We got some score updates there. Far sheet on sheet number 1. There you see Tabata got her single in 7. She has the 5-3 lead. Caitlin Laws will have hammer coming home, needing 2 to force the extra, or maybe picking up the 3. They are on Skipper Stones, as you see with kicking the rock over right now. Shift over to sheet number 3. Big score of 2 there for Park to take the lead. 5-4 now over Yoshimura. Yoshimura from Japan will have hammer, though, playing 8 against her Korean counterparts, Team Park. And, of course, let's drift all the way over sheet number 8. There you see it, a single and 7 for Team Gim. We are tied 3-3 going into the 8th end. And Team Wang from China, they have hammer coming home. Not B qualifier, excuse me, but a B-side game. We should note that 3 winners of these 3 games we just updated, they will stay alive in the B side. The unfortunate for the losers of these 3 games, they will drop down to the C side grind, and it is in for a long day tomorrow to try to make the playoffs for the losers of these 3 games. There we go. We can kind of see a little bit. I think we're just sticking with this, Tyler. We're just sticking with this one, hey?
Absolutely.
Nah, we'll stick with it. I think the fans want to see what's going on. Camera angles will be a little bit different than what you may be used to, but we'll keep on this game. People are wanting to know what's going on.
And unfortunately, we do not have the resources to be able to have somebody watching all of the other sheets and be able to update us on how this game has progressed and all that. But we will provide shot-by-shot action on this game.
We will definitely do our best. We saw some just briefing glancing over because it is on sheet 7, which is directly in front of us kind of when we're watching sheet 5. There have been a lot of rocks in play for the last couple ends. They stayed very wide open at the beginning of the game, but now we've seen both teams take a lot of time. There's been a lot of team conversations, a lot of debate over shots to be made, lots of rocks in play. So it has been, as we'd expect out of these 2 teams, hyper-competitive game. And some great, of course, a great Korea versus China rivalry game. Prepping up for when they play each other at Pan Continentals too. So opportunity for the winning team here to have a little bit of bragging rights heading into Lacombe.
Yeah, absolutely. And huge thanks to our camera crew here.
Yes.
They're, providing us some bonus coverage here, and we appreciate them a lot.
Yeah, doing a great job. We really wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So thanks for being here. Thanks for helping. Thanks for volunteering.
Yeah, I don't even know if we'd be able to know how to turn on the computer.
I wouldn't do anything. I would just be sitting here talking to Tyler. Let's be real. Yeah, a couple of SAIT students. There you go, folks. SAIT. Shout out to SAIT. Let's give SAIT some love. Their students are crushing it here volunteering today.
That's the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology and University of the Arts as well, so we appreciate their help a lot.
Oh, that was really well done, Tyler. Nicely done. Really good. Wow. Look at Tyler crushing commentary today, folks. My goodness.
Is this the game we want to watch, or do you want to check out the other ones? I think this is kind of what the fans were thinking.
I think the fans are really have asked us a lot for this game. So fans, you guys were asking us for updates of this one. Let's keep it on this game. Ah, great commentary right there. Look at that. Someone's already looked at the PanCon schedule. Gim's first opponent, Wang. Bam, right here. So if you can't make it to Lacombe to watch, you are now getting the opening draw game for both these teams is right in front of us right now. Little preview action. Thanks for sharing that in the comment.
Oh, double peel attempt there.
Yeah, you can put your mic back on there, Tyler, when you want to comment. It's all good, buddy.
But still works out. Single peel. That's all good.
This Chinese team has put a lot of investment into these 4 and really moving forward. We saw last year, obviously there was time where we didn't see a lot of Chinese teams coming out of COVID, not a lot of traveling. Program kind of stayed a lot more internal. Last year we saw Hanyu skip a Chinese team and really shoot up the rankings. They opened the season last year sitting outside the top 100, and by the end of the season last year, they were sitting top 40. So that tells you how great they're playing. They won a bunch of events. And so she has now joined forces with Wang, and here we are with this kind of, I guess, the super team, as we're liking to call them right now, out of China, making the push. With them qualifying out of the Pan-Continental B division last year, they will be in the A division, as we've talked about. That already clinches them a spot in the Olympic qualifier event. Should they not earn a direct spot, it will be an uphill battle for Chinese teams to get direct entry because they were not at World Championships last year. But to be there in the A division this year means they will be at the Olympic qualification event for sure. So the Olympic dreams very much still alive for Chinese curling, and for this team especially. Oof. It's not a team I'd want to be seeing against my name in a draw anytime soon.
Yeah. And that shot, even though they didn't get the rock out of play, still does a lot of the job. It's out of the draw path, but they would have loved to have definitely gotten rid of that just entirely, but does most of the job.
Yeah. And we should note, thanks for the comment too. I was just going to say too, Team Laws did get there 2 in 8. We are going to an extra end over there on sheet number 1. Japan's Team Tabata will have Hammer though playing 8. We'll keep you posted on what's going on there.
Let me know if you want to go over it.
Team Park and Team Yoshimura right now, they're having a discussion, so they're midway through the 8th end. As we said, Yoshimura from Japan will have Hammer down 1 playing 8. So we'll keep you posted on those games as well as we continue to watch sheet number 7 with Korea's Team Gim and China's Team Wang. No surprise here on these calls. Hey, Tyler, with Wang having Hammer, just wants nothing in front of the house.
Yeah, get rid of it all. Want no rocks in play if you're Team Wang.
I mean, who puts fencing at front of the house anymore anyway? Like, come on. No one wants that. You want your wide open house. Going for the double here.
Oh, great
there it is.
shot.
Look at that. Boom. Beauty.
What a shot.
Beautiful shot. Nicely done.
And you see the high fives there. They're pumped.
Mm-hmm. Well, Team Gim's got some thinking to do now. Oh, look at you, Tyler. Lisa giving you some shout-outs there. We miss you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. I was able to see Lisa last weekend in Vancouver. So, thanks for watching, Lisa.
Lisa was also amazing last year at this event up here in the booth helping with cameras. So, Lisa, we miss you being here.
Yep, the live stream god.
Yep, crushed it. She crushed it. When's the next game? Oh, Lisa, my friend, we're going to be back at 8:30, and it will be Tyler and I doing commentary. 8:15. Okay, Tyler's like, no, fool. Say the right time. My bad. 8:15, folks. Come back at 8:15. But don't leave yet. Stay with us still for this one. We got 3 good games still on the ice that we'll wrap up for you before then. So if you're Team Gim right now, Tyler, what are you thinking on how you're going to pocket this steal with a wide open front of the house?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think with a good guard here, I think that Team Wang is definitely going to peel this off for sure. And then, yeah, Team Gim's going to be forced to make a move on that one in the house. So they're probably going to have to hit that red rock on the top forefoot into that yellow rock to sit
Wow.
shot stone. And their key there is they're going to want to set up a really good angle. So that's going to be the key for them.
I love that you're the one that did that slip. And that anyone that knows me would expect me to be making those slip-ups on PG language. See how good I was, folks? That was a shocker for anyone that knows me that's listening. Here comes the peel. Again, same thing. Team Wang not wanting to build a fence. They like the front of their house to be just nice, crisp ice.
Yeah. So the key here is they want to get the best angle possible on these rocks to make it very difficult for that yellow rock to get removed. or for them to leave on their next shot, to leave a good angle for them to get a rock in a good spot. So that'll be difficult to remove.
So play there, you're thinking is they don't need to remove anything. They're just kind of rejigging how the house looks right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're Team Gim, you don't want to remove any of the rocks. You want to keep the rocks in play to leave jam opportunities. So you just want to rejig and win the battle of the angles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it's looking pretty good for Team Wang right now. They'll
Yeah.
probably have a fairly simple shot to win the game. But you know, with some good execution here from Team Gim, they can make it challenging on Team Wang. So it's going to be down to the last shot, folks.
Yeah.
It's not looking like there's going to be an extra end. So you definitely want to watch these few rocks.
I think that's a good bet worth taking. No extra end on a tie game going into the 8th end.
Yeah.
That's a good bet to take. Should note, of course, as we said earlier in our feature game, there are no time clocks when there is a World Curling Tour event like this, as well, timeouts or anything like that. So they can kind of sit and chat for a bit and self-monitor, though, out of respect for your opposition, but also taking your time. You don't have to feel the rush that we see at national championships or at the Slam when you have a set timer saying how much time you have to talk about a shot. So we'll see how they do here. Like Tyler said, they're just going to kind of reshift the look of the house right now. It's not looking in their favor. But they want to keep the rocks in play. Rocks are their friends right now if they're going to try to steal. I can tell you Park and Yoshimura are just about to throw skip stones here in the 8th. We'll keep you updated on what's happening over there. Right now, Park is sitting 1 and kind of guarding to kind of hold on. They are up 1, remember, but Yoshimura has hammer. There we go, skip stones here in end number 8 of a tie game. B-side game as well.
Oh wow, pretty
Yeah.
awesome shot there
Yep.
by Team Gim. And we talk about the battle of the angles. The angles, you know, they definitely made them a lot better than what they were, and makes it challenging for Team Wang.
Yeah, great camera angle right there to kind of show just what that shot did to kind of mess up what it was beforehand and give the advantage a little bit to Team Gim as best they could right now. So bit of pressure on Wang here. Got to follow up for skip stone for her and for the team. Keeping an eye on Team Yoshimura as well. They're just getting ready for their first skip stone for Yoshimura, and she is going to be attempting a very long angle run back here, takeout. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on over there. They're just eyeing some stuff up.
Oh,
See?
wow. So still looking okay
Mm-hmm.
for Team Gim. So Team Wang, or sorry, Team Gim has a few options here. So they're throwing the yellow rocks. They could guard that yellow rock, but that would leave the red rock wide open, which they could play into the other one. I think that the best play here would likely be to corner freeze onto that red rock. It's an incredibly delicate shot. You see them actioning that with the broom there. It's an incredibly delicate shot. If you tap it at all, you could tap them to be shot and lose the game. But if you corner freeze, you kind of guard your own rock, and then you also leave them very little room to draw to the button and get shot rock. So I think that's definitely the call here. You probably want to corner freeze, add about half of that rock on the red rock.
What do you think about the call that they were kind of making with the broom of they potentially were looking at the tap of the front red and tapping it back? It would leave Wang with a double for the win, though.
Yeah, I think that takes the pressure off. I think they have a really good opportunity here to kind of do two things with one shot. And I think, you know, you need to play a tough shot to try and win the game here. And I think if they make that shot really, really good, their chances are really, really high of winning, because you're not leaving much scoring area for Team Wang to draw to, and you're not. It'd be a very difficult pick out on that rock, that yellow rock. You wouldn't be looking at much of that rock to to get rid of. So.
It looks like that's kind of where they're leaning, but they're also leaning towards the guard just to kind of guard up the spot. You just saw our camera just shifted over. It's Team Yoshimura doing the angle takeout. They picked off the top yellow, but not the counter rock. So Park still sitting one, about to throw her final stone. Yoshimura does have hammer, though.
Yeah.
But Park is up by one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what Gim has in her back pocket here for this shot. There you see, right? Perfect. See, we don't even need them to be mic'd up. They put the broom down and show us exactly what their plan is.
Easy.
It's like they know we're watching. Who thought? Making our jobs even that much easier. What a high-pressure game this one is, too. No, so it was hard to drop down to the C event on Saturday.
Absolutely. Backs are to the wall if that happens.
Yeah, and you don't get a. We should know when you drop down to the C event today. There's really no buys tomorrow. You're on the ice pretty much every draw. If you want to make the playoffs, you're playing pretty much all day tomorrow to get to Monday, which means you're playing all day Monday as well. So you could, in theory, be playing 6 draws in a row if you hope to win this championship.
Yeah, because I believe, too, if you lose this game, you drop back a game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
Not touching it at all. There we go. They're waiting for it to break.
This is interesting. It's a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
What's the plan B? At least, yeah.
We both had the same response at the same time, folks. I'm sure some of you watching probably had the same response as well. It is. Wang doesn't even have to throw her last. She is sitting shot rock, so she will get the single point and pick up the 4-3 win. Wang stays in the B side, and our two-time defending champions, the number 3 ranked team in the world. Welcome to the Seaside Grind. They are in for a very long day tomorrow. What a game between two really good teams. Folks, let's shift over. We're going to shift over to sheet number 3. Yoshimura is preparing to throw her final stone. She does have hammer. And they are lining up. It is going to be an attempt at an angle. There we go. We can kind of see it. They're trying to find the right angle with all the rocks in play of which one to promote to take off. There's that yellow counter rock right now pretty much sitting top button that they've got to get rid of. There we go. Beautiful. There's our perfect shot from our camera team. Thank you, team. We can't tell who is second shot. It looks like it's Yoshimura, I'm guessing.
Yes. Yeah. Looks like it's red from here.
So this would be a shot for the win if she can get the raise and stick it.
And this is difficult because that red rock is in the way. She's very
double
challenging
raise
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a double red angle raise takeout to try to get 2 for the win, folks. Yowie
And
wowie.
is it even there is the question. I mean, it looks like on the right-hand side, she could raise that red rock into the button area. It looks like it's a little bit more, you have that yellow rock that's in the top 8 foot to contend with. But
They
that
haven't
looks
even
like
looked
it's
over there.
Yeah.
No,
It's interesting because that looks like it's for sure there. whereas this one looks more challenging. So
I
maybe
think
I'm missing something here, but maybe it's more buried than what it looks like. But
yeah, it could be a little bit of the angle, but I think it could be a little bit of. This is also a shot where even if they make it and lose the raised zone, they're still scoring 1 to go to an extra. I think their risk was when they were looking at the other one to raise that red. Worse, if it jams on the yellow on the front that's kind of blocking the path that they're looking at, game's over regardless.
the game's over if they miss this.
Well, game's over if they miss any shot. But we could say that with
Yeah.
anybody. I think they're just trying to, like we heard with Kayla Skrlik talking earlier, what's your best way to risk mitigate all the options? They're feeling like this is their best risk mitigation shot. Let's be real. Any shot that they're going to call right now is going to be extremely difficult. None of this is going to be simple or easy shots. But they did take a lot. They have taken a lot of time taking and looking at the shot, and we did see them before we shifted the camera over here. They were looking and with their brooms down of every angle on every one of those red stones of how to get that yellow counter off the rings and out of there. So Yoshimura is settling in the hack right here. Her last shot here in a down 1. Needing to get this yellow off. Could be for the win. Could be for an extra end. Could be for the loss. Everything is at play with this last shot here. And here we go, folks.
Sweepers on it hard.
Yeah. We can hear them calling it from up here.
Oh,
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
man, that looked so pretty the whole way, folks. What an attempt, though. Props. Yoshimura calling a great shot attempt there. But it will be a steal of 1 for Korea's Team Park. Team Park, they stay alive in the B-side. Team Yoshimura, finalist of the Grand Slam Tour Challenge Tier 2. Just like our defending champs, Team GIM, they will now drop to the C-side grind as well. They are in for a long day tomorrow as well. What an attempt, though. Props on making that shot.
Yeah,
and
incredible.
going for it. All right, folks, let's go. Let's go to the extra end and just see the very end of sheet number 1. There you go. You see final skip stones coming up. Caitlin Laws and her team, they're going on with their last skip stones. Team Tabata. Each of them 1 rock left to play. Tie game. Amazing. And of course, there you see, as I'm sure you can tell right now, that is Selena Negaven throwing skip stones here.
Yeah, skip Caitlin Laws not playing this weekend.
Yep. Wishing Caitlin all the best and expectation of the growing family and hoping everything is well and wonderful. Congratulations to her and the family as well. Always sending positive vibes for that. As you can see, we don't do sheet 1 very often on this camera, so just ignore some of that. We'll give you the best we can, folks. There you go. Camera team crushing it as always. Nice final shot there by Selena. Team Laws sitting 4. Best they can do. Tabata about to throw her last rock here in 9, the extra end. Just needs to get that one out of there and sit for shot for the win.
Exciting here. Just got to move it just a little bit here.
Yeah, it doesn't need a
Off the
lot,
button.
hey? Yeah, just needs to tap it that little bit back, and she'll pick up the W. Props to Team Laza. What a comeback to even get to the extra end. They were down big early and then just fought there and clawed their way back to get this extra end game.
Can she make it for the win? Here in the 9th end of the Curler's Corner Autumn Gold Classic. Big shot.
This is the tiebreaker side of the Japanese teams on the ice. We've seen one win. We've seen one lose. Tabata, it's up to you to shift the power back to Japan and give them the 2-1 win for this overall draw this afternoon. Also a very good team. This team has played so well all season. Easily a power rankings top 10 team, in my opinion. Playing so well. Now just make the draw to prove me right. Yeah, looking good.
Oh, they're on it.
Just need the light
they
tap.
have the weight?
Do they have the weight? Oh, they raised their hand up. And, yep, it is going to be. It looks like it is Team Tabata. They put their hands in the air. We're assuming that? Is that what we're assuming, Tyler? It's tough to say. There we go. No, it is not. Team Laws. There you go. Perfect camera angle right there showing the weight was not there. Tabata comes up short. Laws steals the extra end, and Team Laws skipped by Selena. They stay alive in the B-side, picking up the 6-5 comeback victory. They will stay alive in B-side. Team Tabata from Japan, they will drop down to the C-side starting tomorrow. Folks, thank you for joining us. We, Tyler and myself, we will be back at 8:15. Thank you to all the volunteers here at the Curling Corner Autumn Gold Curling Classic. Thank you to our volunteers up in the booth managing all of our camera angles today. And hey, thank you all for joining us in the chat. We hope to see you back at 8:15. Tyler and I are going to have a beer. We're not going to lie. We'll see you guys at 8:15.